Hi, my name is Rosie, and I was groomed into feederism. Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or getting fat or gaining weight. There's a big umbrella when it comes to feederism. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism. And death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
All right, I'm certain that many of you who watched that were like, had the same response. I was like, what in the F is this sort of business? And so, first of all, this whole concept of feederism, is it even real? Well, I had to look it up, and apparently this is a kind of a definition of what this is. And this is actually a paper from 2011, from 12 years ago, actually describing this phenomenon, this so-called feederism, where you have the feedees, which are the people that, sort of put on all the weight, and the feeders, which sort of enable them in doing that. But really, it's just an attempt to describe what I think is a failing of human discipline, of personal responsibility, and a lot of things we sort of take this and we just sort of get a label on it. We make it an illness so that we can take the blame off of the person. It's not my fault. It's not my fault I gorge myself on, or even allow somebody to feed me, 75 McDonald's hamburgers a day or whatever ridiculous amount of food these people are eating. And it is sort of reflective upon where we are as a society. And it's interesting. So I was talking to somebody who lived in Japan, and they said that the reason they don't have a lot of obesity in Japan is there's no clothes for obese people. If you're obese, you got no clothes. The society does not cater to that. If you're obese, you're going to be walking around wearing a bed sheet or something like that. But here in the U.S., we have, continued sort of catering to this population. I will say, this is one thing. I was talking to my group, Carnivore.diet. We have a daily meeting. I was talking to the fact when I was still practicing orthopedics, and I would have patients come in to see me that were often overweight, often some mobility impaired for various reasons. Orthopedic usually it's because they're overweight, and they would often ask me for a prescription for a mobility scooter so they could get it for reduced or no cost. And I always said no. I always said no. I don't want you to have this because this will only encourage you to get worse. And that's exactly what we do. It's exactly what we do as society. We take somebody that has somewhat of a limitation, which in many cases, and probably in most cases, is surmountable and can be reversed, and we just accommodate that. And so they are disincentivized to actually do anything to improve their situation. So we need to stop catering to this stuff. We need to stop creating it. All these people that you see that are so ill in many ways would not have existed before. It's not that I'm saying these people shouldn't exist, but existing in that state would not be possible. They would most of the time have to figure out and do the things that would fix the problem. But instead we enable this. We enable them with their scooters. We enable them with the size 777XL clothing. We enable them by telling them, oh go girl, you're a queen, whatever type of stuff. And that is, it's killing people. It's actually doing harm to those people, and it's doing greater harm to society. So anyway, I just thought this is just crazy stuff, and it's something that I'd never heard of. Maybe you guys have been aware of this so-called feederism, or this I guess sexualized fetish of being enormous. Let me know if you've heard about that before and what your thoughts are. Am I off base here, or am I making some sense to you guys? All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care, stay strong, and as a community, let's defeat what's coming and turn this around. Okay? All right, we'll talk to you soon.